Y ahora, numera, caramelo.
Long ago, when all was nothing, the spiritual ancestors roamed across this land, creating everything that is today. This is Aboriginal dreaming. Dreaming has no beginning and no end. We live the dreaming. It is our culture, our spirit, our identity. We are the dreaming. Long ago, when all the birds were black, a little bird flew down from the sky and punctured his foot on a splinter. He cried out in pain, and all the other birds came to help him, except the cranky old crow. Painfully, the splinter turned into a colourful blister, which got bigger and bigger, until suddenly a big bird pushed through the others and popped it with his sharp beak. The blister splashed over all the birds, and that's how they got their colour. All except the cranky old crow, who is still black today.
Hello, how's everyone going today? Wow, this is a great audience. I think we're going to be in for a bit of a fun show today. My name is Erin and I would like to welcome everyone here to Taronga Zoo and our QBE Free Flight Bird Show. Now I've been working here with these birds for around 7 years now, and I have to admit I love every single day coming out here and watching them fly. What an amazing country do we live in, Australia. Did you know this is one of the richest countries when it comes to bird life? And as the Aboriginal dreaming story at the very beginning of our show mentions, they come in a lot of different colours, but they also come in a lot of different shapes and sizes, and all of them have got amazing abilities. And that's exactly what we want to demonstrate today. And to do that, I'm going to start off on a high note with an aerial specialist known as Stella, our black kite. Our black kites can be looking out for food like an insect that takes flight. They catch it with their nimble feet and pass it straight to their mouth without having to come down to land. Now this is a very efficient way of hunting. Nice catch. Because sometimes you can see thousands of black kites all flying around at once, all trying to grab a feed. So it really does pay to be able to eat fast and on the run. Not only are black kites great hunters, but they're also, nice catch, very successful scavengers as well. So you'll find them flying around places like tips, abattoirs, fishing ports, villages, pretty much anywhere where you'll find a quick and easy feed to be had. And this opportunistic behaviour is why there are so many out there. They are one of the widest spread kites or birds of prey in the world. Now I've got one last piece for Stella, so let's see whether we can do a nice throw up for her. Up we go! Oh, that was a nearly upside down catch. That was really good. That was Stella, everyone. Our black kite. She did an amazing job. Now it's easy to see just how agile and amazing they are as they fly around in the sky. But I happen to think that there's nothing as more graceful on the ground than a brolga. And we've got a female brolga called Billy, who's right above your heads. 2 metres worth of wings and some very long landing gear. You know, brolgas I think are well known because of the fact that they love to dance. They will dance to try to find a mate, but they will also dance to try to defend their territory. Now she's got a really nice sharp beak, and this comes in handy for walking around in the water holes catching things like fish. She uses it as a spear, but she also probes into the soil as well, digging up things like frogs and insects, and lots of different types of crustaceans as well are on the menu. Now those long legs do come in very handy because it helps keep her high and dry when she's wading around in the water, but also keeps her nice and high when she's walking around in the long grasses as well, looking for things like mice as well to eat. Now you can have a look on that red patch on the back of her head as well. Now this red patch tells us that Billy is old enough and also on the lookout for a boyfriend. Yeah, but with long sexy legs like that, I don't think she's going to have too much of a problem, do you? No, so thank you Billy, well done. Now we've got about 2 different species of brolga here that live in Australia, but we've got over 50 different types of parrot species as well. And that's how Australia gets their name of the land of parrots. And I happen to think one of my favourite, because of just the way they fly, is the red-tailed black cockatoo. And this is Geary. Geary gets his name because it's the Aboriginal word meaning red. Now you can really see that beautiful red in his tail. It's well deserving. Nice and close. Now red-tailed black cockatoos in general are doing pretty well out there, but there are some subspecies that aren't. There's less than 1,300 of them in the southeast of Australia. And Western Australia, they're not doing as well either out there. Nice and close. One of the main reasons why the number of these birds are dropping is thanks to habitat destruction. We're clearing a lot of land space to try to make room for houses and building lots of different things like that. Nice and close. Now these birds nest in hollows in trees. So you can imagine a giant hollow that gets knocked down. It can take hundreds of years to grow. So even now that we're trying to replant some of our native wildlife, it's still not that good enough for these birds to be able to breed out there in the wild. But you know, land clearing has also benefited a lot of parrots and cockatoos out there in this country. That land clearing also helps make room for the galahs, the corellas and sulphurs that like to eat all the yummy land that we build out there, the crops and also the dams. So some birds have really benefited from European settlement as well.